Prelude. The paradise is an extraordinary place. Placed outside of human reach, it is full of beautiful colors. You can see green as you explore the forest, a reddish sky when you look up, or the bright pink oceans when walking through the beach. Everywhere you look, you'll see life. You can see plants growing, and mothers caring for their children. You can look at the sea, and see schools of fish swimming together, or at the sky, and watch a horde of bats heading to the mountains. All lives are precious in the paradise, and all lives contribute to it. The paradise is a representation of its inhabitants' feelings. The source, a gem as old as the paradise itself, absorbs whatever emotion is present, and projects it across the entire dimension. When happiness is felt, the paradise shines. Everything has color, and is full of life. But what would happen if a negative emotion reached the source? Throughout millennia, species in the paradise have all found a safe haven in it. Some were escaping predators, while others were just looking for a place to party. Some species have stayed, while others have left to find a dimension of their own, but no species has ever transmitted a negative emotion to the source. 1. The source. Judd pondered while slowly leaning his slimy weight against the intriguing gem. It was roughly the size of his shell, and had sharp edges. It had a bright blue color, and made an almost imperceptible sound. What is this? Judd wondered, could it be one of Snailington's inventions? Judd was not the average snail. He was considered sluggish by the paradise. Luckily for him, the rest of the snails were sleeping. Because of Judd's rambunctious behavior, he explored while most snails hibernated during the summer. The paradise was at last his flashlight and the gem were the only lights visible in the crystal clear sky. Maybe I could change. Judd thought maybe I could finally fit in. He was tired of being an outsider. His only wish was to belong in the community. Judd was suddenly overwhelmed. He remembered everything that had happened recently, how his only friend had left him behind in the caves, and how no one had shown up to the party he threw. He screamingly slammed his shell into the gem in anger. The gem began glowing. The once blue stone suddenly became a dark red. What have I done? Judd questioned. Vibrations were sent throughout the paradise, waking up the community. A red light flashed through the sky. It was not unusual for lightning to crash down in some part of the jungle, but this was different. Along with the light came a mysterious vibe. An odd presence was suddenly felt by every being in the jungle. The light wasn't a separate incident, it had brought something with it, and it was getting closer. Birds began screeching, snails yelling, ladybugs crying, being cornered against the gem by thousands. Judd closed his eyes. Calm down, it's fixable. He screamed. Everyone, calm down. He opened his eyes to an eerie abyss shifting colors. Where was everyone? The other snails had been blinded by a bright flash. When they regained their sight, Judd was nowhere in sight. Did you do that, Karen? An angry snail mumbled. And what happened to that punk teen? You're always trying to make them like you. How would I even do that, Billy? Intervened Karen. I'm tired of you blaming me. In between the screaming, a soft feminine voice whispered. What if it was the gem?